Hey y'all, so we're back at Mary's today and I got a quick little video. We've been doing a lot of spring cleanup here as well, getting ready for summer, and we actually bought some grafted trees that we're putting into the system on areas that we that were, we have open spaces. So I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the perks of having such dense systems and kind of doing things in this entropic sort of sense, where we just plant a bunch of service trees almost as pretty much as placeholders for things to come. So here I'll show you an example of something that I already planted. This is a flang tongue carambola star fruit, and there was nothing really in this spot. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it looks super dense, like there's no more space to plant things, but in reality, if you work with succession, knowing that bananas will phase out eventually and that you could just move bananas wherever you want because they're you can just move the pups, then that means you can prioritize more high value things like grafted trees, even right next to something that's currently producing for you, which in this case is the bananas. We can still implement trees even though things are still super dense. So in this case, there's like some moringa trees in there that I had planted, and they were doing okay. But the reality is, here's an old moringa that I pulled out for it. The reality is that we have literally hundreds of moringa trees here because seeds are super cheap, and I seed moringas like there's no tomorrow. So in this case, I'm going to be planting a Maha Chinook grafted mango, and I found the perfect spot for it, which is right here. There's nothing much really here. Sure, there's some mulberries that I had planted, but and this pakira, which kind of grows slow, but there's really nothing else other than a bunch of service trees. So you can see here we have the bauhinia, the Hong Kong orchid, we have the Corymbia torreliana, and we have moringa, and we have another Hong Kong orchid. All these trees were practically free, if not free, then very cheap. So I don't have much. I don't really care if they stay or go. So in this case, this moringa didn't make the cut because this moringa did, as did this one right here. So when you see trees leaning out like that, that's just them trying to say, hey, I'm not really needed here. If you have something more important that you want to plant, then you can take me out, kind of thing. And the reason why so instead of like having nothing but weeds there that you would have to like break up and then plant a hole in, the moringa is the weed, so to speak. So what you can just do is pull it out, see, and then look at that root activity that was going on. And of course with the moringa, it has the that tuberous taproot that fills with moisture and nutrients, and that's why it's so drought resistant. And that's why I love planting moringa strictly. Okay, we're back. For whatever reason, my phone freezes on me sometimes and the image gets stuck and I can't see what I'm filming. Anyways, this is why I like to plant moringa strictly from seed, because if you do it from a cutting, you don't end up getting that tuberous taproot, or so on. At least I'm pretty sure that's true. So that root activity has been stimulating this area. Like, and here's another. I think this was a castor bean, probably. Maybe could have been moringa, I forget. But anyways, you can see I had another thing here too that came and went. And this is a bauhinia. And this is now Albizia lebec. So these trees, like I said, aren't really needed anymore because there's so many more support species on top that I can rip them out if I wanted to. I probably will, actually. So instead of, look at that. Nice root activity that's been going on. Maybe I'll keep the Albizia. So now I have a amazing spot for this grafted mango that's going to be protected by this moringa and this Corymbia and the Hong Kong orchids and whatnot. So let me plant it real quick so you see this nice little spot for it. All right, so the Maha Chinook is planted. Got a little bit of banana biomass. I'll put more banana biomass and everything else to cover it up, and there it is. It's in a nice little beautifully protected spot, and it really brings home one of the sayings in syntropic theory, which is like, if you want a mango tree, the first thing you do is not plant a mango tree. You plant the conditions that baby mango trees want and need, which is this. So yeah, I really love that aspect of agroforestry, where we plant a lot of things at the very beginning that are easily accessible things, a lot of service species, so that later we can start adding in more high value things. And each day that passes by, each month that passes by, each year that passes by, this area is getting better and better and better, more fertile, more fertile, more fertile. And you can always add things at whatever time. Papayas don't live forever, bananas don't live forever, but you know, fruit trees live a lot longer, and they can always be added in young systems. If you look hard enough, there's definitely spots open for you. You just gotta kind of know what to look for. But anyways, that's a little video I wanted to do for today. Don't be afraid to overly plant service species at the very beginning, so that you can slowly but surely start integrating more high value sensitive things that you don't want, you know, deer or rabbits eating, or you don't want frost hitting, because now in this area we have less deer pressure, less rabbit pressure, compared to a more open area like this down here, where we're going to be expanding soon. I'll make some update videos. You know, if you put that same Chinook in this new section that we're trying to do, forget about it. Whether it's frost, whether it's a deer, whether it's a rabbit, whether it's high winds, that is not a good spot for mangoes are pretty resilient though. They're pretty hardy actually. Not to frost, but anything else. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Keep planting. Peace.